Father of two today described the moment his family was poisoned by carbon monoxide as an inquest into the death of his wife.
Ben Screen from Chesterfield had taken his family on a camping trip to North Wales. A barbecue they'd cooked their evening meal on killed his wife as she slept. Well, Tom Ingle has been at the inquest today and is live in Carnarvon. What do we know, Tom?
Krista, I don't think I've ever heard as vivid a description of the effects of carbon monoxide poisoning as I have done today in court in Carnarvon. Ben Screen from Chesterfield had taken his wife and his family on holiday. He described in court waking up in the night, almost unable to move, trying to stand, feeling dizzy, falling over, hitting his head. He said he woke up some time later to discover he'd been sick. And then in the morning he had to crawl desperately to the outside of the tent to shout and raise the alarm. He survived the carbon monoxide poisoning, so did his 7-year-old and his 4-year-old, but sadly it killed his wife, and today was her inquest. A family camping holiday which turned to tragedy. Tonight, as a coroner recorded a verdict of accidental death on 34-year-old Tracy Screen, her husband paid tribute.
I'd thank all the people in these difficult times have given me and my family the support we've needed. All the people that knew Tracy will have a big hole in their lives that will never be filled. We miss her, but we love her.
The court in Carnarvon, close to the campsite, heard from Mr. Screen. After enjoying a barbecue, the family brought the cooker inside their tent. Overnight, it slowly poisoned them. The next morning, Ben Screen crawled outside for help, his cries heard by a fellow camper.
Heard some shouting again. So then we walked up to the tent where we thought he was coming from, and he was trying to get out of the tent. So I unzipped it and see inside, you know, there's two little kids, so we got little kids out and just call the emergency services.
A barbecue in a cooling down process is something that happens in charcoal barbecue every time you finish using it, and as that cooling down process continues, proportionally the amount of carbon monoxide that's given off increases.
And that would have been a particular problem in this confined space of a tent where there was very little air circulating around by the sound of it.
Absolutely that, yes sir.
The coroner said Mrs. Screen was yet another victim of the silent, odourless killer carbon monoxide. He said everyone should be aware of its dangers and its fatal consequences. Well, the public authority's safety message tonight is, with a barbecue, it isn't just the fire that's a danger. Just like a gas heater or a gas lamp when you're camping, you need to consider the risk of carbon monoxide. Safety leaflets are available. The authorities say pick one up, understand the dangers before you go on holiday.
Tom, thank you. Very upsetting, isn't it? Well, this story, sadly, isn't unique. Last July, 30-year-old Hazel Woodhams from Slathwaite near Huddersfield died from carbon monoxide poisoning while she and her partner were camping in Norfolk. They pulled the barbecue inside their tent after it had gone out. Well, Hazel's partner, Roland Vesting, is with us. Now, you're a forensic scientist, Roland. You're working on something to try and make sure this doesn't happen again, aren't you?
Absolutely. Yeah. Apart from public awareness, we would like to conduct a 2-year experiment. The first phase will be a laboratory-based experiment where we investigate the precise nature of carbon monoxide and how it comes off commercially available charcoal and with different accelerants. And then in the second phase, we want to bring what we've learned from the laboratory experiments to the real world, where we will conduct experiments in real tents and see, you know, how long carbon monoxide is around and try to find a solution for it.
So how can you make a tent carbon monoxide safe?
Obviously, we haven't conducted the research yet, but at the end of it, what we are hoping for is either a modification of the way tents are produced. So there may be some ventilation systems that can be cheaply and easily put in by the tent manufacturers. There may be small alarm units that can be rented out from the campsites or potentially bought in outdoor shops. There may be different fabrics that change colour when there's carbon monoxide around, but of course that would only alert campers when they are awake.
In your own case, that brought back terrible memories for you, of course, because you passed out as well, didn't you?
Precisely.
Overnight, before you lost your wife.
I was poisoned as well, obviously, sleeping right next to Hazel. And somehow, and we don't know why precisely, I survived. But during the night, I had somehow got up, halfway and had fallen onto my right arm, which caused me a great injury. But well, I'm still alive, and Hazel isn't.
Roland, thank you. I hope your research bears fruit as well. Thank you for joining us. Well, later